but we'll jump in on the NFL talk with our man, Tori Gurley. I think we got special guest, I'm told, today. Do we got two men with us today?
Yeah, you got two Tories on the call today.
How is that little guy?
He's great. He's just waking up from a nap, and I told him, all right, you got to come with daddy to work. So it's bring your child to work day.
I loved your answer last week when I said, what's his favorite team? And you said, he loves it all. I bet. You got him propped up watching games already, don't you, Tori?
Absolutely. We've watched NBA. We've watched NFL. When the grandparents came, we watched some CFL. We watched the Rough Riders. So literally, he's a man of all seasons.
Well, literally, you were born for this role. I'm just so happy for you guys, you and Kim, and proud of you too, Tori. Hey, listen, a lot of people in the Valley proud of the Arizona Cardinals, the first team in the NFL to 10 wins. Are they the quietest number one team in NFL history at 10-2? Why are they not getting more fanfare, the Arizona Cardinals?
I think a lot of people are still sleeping on them because of, it is the Cardinals. Everyone thinks that Cliff Kingsbury. All right, hold on, TJ. TJ doesn't agree, but everybody doesn't believe that these guys are still, they think they're just like an air raid team. They think they can't get it done. It's just like a mirage of them having a soft schedule. But I think with Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins and just the nucleus of weapons they have on offense, I mean, they're pretty good, and defensively, they get after you. They find ways to get stops, and, you have edge rushers and pass rushers that, can take the ball away or sack you. So, I mean, they're going to be a tough team, but, I'm really leaning towards, Tampa coming out of the NFC.
Well, I just got one more, though, just on the Cardinals, because J.J. Watt has been the face of the NFL for almost a decade, and we don't hear anything about J.J. Watt at all. I went and looked up his stats. He's played every game, but it's his brother that's getting all the pub, and for good reason. He's earning it. But what is your take on J.J. Watt's first year in Arizona?
I just think they're using him to be one of those veteran guys in the locker room. They want him to be able to set the tone for his teammates and be more of a teacher or a mentor. I think his better days are behind him, but with him having that experience, with them getting into the playoffs, I think that's when he would pay off dividends then. I'm not seeing, anything big in the regular season, but I think in the playoffs, that's when JJ could really, show the guys he still has a little bit left in the tank.
I mentioned the viewers to answer their questions, and they are. The Snowman's watching in Indiana, and he says, for Tori, can the 49ers run the table and steal a wild card? What do you think?
I don't see that happening. Just too many injuries. If they were healthy, yes, but over the past 3 years, I don't know what's going on with Kyle Shanahan and that football team, but it is always a lot of injuries that just decimate that roster, where they have to go plug and play guys like literally off the street. So if they ever could stay healthy, as we saw a couple years ago, they were in the Super Bowl. They were literally one quarter away from winning it. So, but that's the biggest thing in sports, man, is availability. And right now, the 49ers, they just too many key players get hurt for them to be successful.
From Jennifer at the Four Seasons, she wants to know, what are your thoughts on the Pittsburgh-Minnesota clash on Thursday Night Football, the kickoff Week 14?
Yeah, I love the game last week with Pittsburgh and Baltimore. That was a hell of a football game. I just think they left it all on the field. And, I can see Minnesota going out and getting the win on Thursday just because literally I felt like Pittsburgh emptied the clip. It was like a must win to stay alive in that division. And I just don't think they'll be able to recoup and be ready to play on Thursday.
Tank Abbott wants to know, who is the next coach in Mini after Zimmer gets gassed? There's a lot of guys out there. Any idea who it might be?
I don't know. Like I just think it's so many people that always come about, and they also keep guys that's on the staff. So we'll see. The coach from the Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, he was there in Minnesota, and obviously Zimmer is a great job of developing guys, so it wouldn't shock me if they, plugged somebody in that was already on the staff, or if they decided to outsource it.
Earl, watching on YouTube, wants to know which meddling 500 team or worse will make a run and get into the playoffs, in your opinion.
Man, I've heard people say the Philadelphia Eagles or the Tennessee Titans. I think I would go with I would go with Tennessee. I think right now, if they can get guys back healthy, you're not going to get Derrick Henry back, but if Julio and A.J. Brown and if Ryan Tannehill can get it back rolling, I think they do a great job there, and that division is wide open. Well, I feel like they could sneak in with being a 500 team.
Earl goes on to say, if Zimmer and Chicago's Nagy have jobs after this season, I might go apply for a job. Everybody else is asking their questions. Here's mine. Listen, Tori, are you in the Carolinas or are you in Toronto? Where are you at right now?
Yeah, South Carolina.
Okay, so on ESPN, all they talk about is the Dallas Cowboys, which is fine because that's my team. Jerry Jones is quoted on there every single day. But you as an NFL alum, do you guys hate the Cowboys because of the pub that they get? Do you envy it and wish that you had that coverage that the Cowboys have? Like, I'm kind of getting tired of it, and I'm a Cowboys fan. And the reason I went like this with the Eagles is let's stop with the Eagles. We need to win the division here in Dallas. And Washington, too. Just stop. But your take on the Cowboys coverage in this country?
People love them. You either hate them or you love them. They're like, it gets people riled up, where you can be at a bar, you can be out in public. You might hear somebody say, how about those Cowboys? Or you might hear somebody say, hey, man, the last time you guys won a Super Bowl, it was on a VCR. So, it's always great topics of discussion. As a former player, we were over it because we knew they were just a hype machine. But being on this side, being on the media, it is great when Dallas is winning because now is more viewers, and the more viewers you have, the more revenue that the league can make. So we understand that they're always it's always a good draw. And whenever you do go play in Dallas or Dallas comes to you, you're going to bring your best game because the world is watching. So it's Dallas. Hopefully they can get it together. As I mentioned, I played with Mike McCarthy, and I wish him nothing but the best. But they have a big game this weekend, going against the Washington football team. And it wouldn't shock me if Washington, gets this dub because they need it. I feel like Dallas and somewhat took their foot off the gas since everyone was telling them, how great they are. And I think it's going to come back to bite them in the butt coming down the stretch.
I just think they should leave McCarthy in COVID protocol. That's what I think they should do. They should leave him there. 2 quick questions. Chris, from my cousin Christine, she wants to know, who's your favorite NBA team?
I'll say the Golden State Warriors because I'm a Steph Curry fan. And then I would say the home team, the Charlotte Hornets. Those are 2 teams that I pull for.
Okay. And Tacona in Winnipeg wants to know your Grey Cup prediction.
You know what? Even though I'm an Argonaut through and through, I'm pulling for the Hamilton Tiger Cats to win. And here's the reason why. Simone Lawrence. I'm a big fan of him. We literally, like, if I had to go out and play a game, I'd probably try to rip his head off, but I respect him as a competitor. He's a guy that brings it on and off the field, and he hasn't switched teams or anything. He's been with Hamilton a long time, and I'm just hoping the best for him to where he can get that elusive ring and put it on his hand because he's worked his butt off for it.
Outstanding. Tori, my best to the family. Happy holidays. Hope to chat with you sooner than later.
All right. Hey,
see you, TJ. He's got his hands out already. He's ready. Throw me the ball, he's saying. Throw me the ball. All right. Tori Jr., see you guys. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching the RP Show on YouTube. And don't forget, we're live daily on YouTube from noon to 2 Eastern. If you like what you see, hit subscribe. And if you like the program, check around for other segments of the Rod Pedersen Show here on YouTube.